Hey, I'm here. Hey, welcome. Good morning or good afternoon or whichever time you're watching. Welcome to our broadcast here. I am your career engineer, and today we are going to talk about something that's kind of new, but not. So we're going to talk about this and put this right here. Okay. The whole Web 3.0 thing. Are resumes a part of the past? Some really interesting conversation is happening in terms of this in the career engineer world or the chatter with all of my fellow colleagues who just live all day long to talk about this stuff. Right, this is what we live for. So I want to get into it. I definitely want to get into it and share some tips and tricks and things you can do about it, or things that you want to pay attention to in terms of with it. If you're looking to move up or want to know what this whole thing is all about. So again, I want to thank you for being a part of TCE, our live or later training, our TCE University training, our television stuff, our podcast stuff, whatever platform you're enjoying this on. If you're not following us or subscribing or making sure you hit those bells, do it now so that you don't ever miss a broadcast. We like to bring new content to you fresh every week, but sometimes it's a different time. So if you're already a alert to our new content, you'll never miss a beat. We want to make sure you're part of that. Now, also don't forget to join our TCE Career Life and Business Weeklies. Come out every Friday, loaded with tips and tricks to make sure your Monday mornings are awesome. It's free. It costs you nothing. And of course, you could unsubscribe whenever you want to, but why would you? Why would you want to leave that kind of party and get TCE in your coffee cup every morning, right? Every Friday morning, anyway. So, listen, Web 3.0, what's the deal? What's going on? What are folks saying about it? Is it really all of that? So, here's my take on this whole thing. I want to definitely jump into some things. Again, if you have a question or a comment about what we're talking about now or even later, hit me up with the email info@tcenow.com. I'm happy to answer your questions. And every now and then, if there's a really cool question that I may have missed or something, it might be a television segment or right here on this. So you just never know. But I enjoy your questions and your comments. So please send them our way. I really do appreciate it. So here we go. 3.0. Are they a part of the past? So what matters? What am I? Here's, I read lots of different things about it. And a lot of the whole metaverse, is happening. I mean, Chipotle, I mean, restaurant. I mean, everyone, you can order stuff. People are in there pretending to get food. I mean, and there's all kinds of from the left to the right. I don't know. There's all kinds of where we think this is really going to go, or if this just a temporary fad. Well, there's some things happening in the career space that's really impacting us 2.0 folks while the 3.0 folks are doing their thing. So here's some things I think that really matters. I definitely want you all to pay attention to. So first of all, your profiles really matter. So and as I share this, as I'm sharing this with you guys, I want you also to think about like today and tomorrow, okay? Because for me, active profiles have always been a thing. But who am I? I'm just your career engineer. But in this new shift of how we work and the way we work and all this thing and the whole metaverse and all those things, if you're going to put your little goggles on and live and work in that space, active profiles really matter. And active is the word. So those of you who are still in the unplugged metaverse world, if your profiles, and you may have profiles on different places, they need to be active. That's the magic word here. Just having one isn't enough. You have to be active. And no doubt, for this whole metaverse world, for the whole Web 3.0, and whatever the future is in work, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and some of us might still be in the workforce. Boomers, who knows? I mean, there's people working now, they're 90 and 80. They're still got to go and they're still here. So if you're going to still be in this space, you might need to get up with it. So, yes, no doubt, my friend LinkedIn is a player in this whole Web 3.0. A lot of the connectivity and the hiring people are looking at those active LinkedIn profiles. Hint, they're doing it now in 2.0. Hint, hint, I've been doing it since 1.0. I think that's really important. You guys have heard me say, make sure your LinkedIn profiles are where they need to be and work those things, right? It's your digital black book. But I'm kind of encouraged that 3.0 got something from 1.0, right? I think it's kind of cool. What else matters? The quick hiring matters. Okay. And I know post the pandemic or after the pandemic, wherever we are in the pandemic, hiring was always an issue, right? It will take you might interview with a company weeks later, months later. Maybe you'll hear something, maybe you won't. It ain't that kind of party in Web 3.0. The whole hiring diagram is totally different. It is quick and fast, and you have to be able to go with that. So, what we're finding, according to the literature and what we're reading, and what people actually are doing, and folks who are taking jobs in this new way of working in the metaverse, very informal, very, I mean, it's very laid back. Okay. People can get hired in a day or a week. Like a week is long, okay, because it's a different type of process. They're dealing with apps, they're doing with direct messaging, they're dealing with referrals like on Twitter and stuff like that, right? And most of the salaries, whether you wherever you are in the whole bitcom phenomenon, right, real or fake, I don't know, but what we're finding is most of the salaries, most, are paid in that space, in that Bitcoin world. So if you're not attached to that, whether you believe it or not, I don't, there's stuff on both sides, and I am not confirming or denying my love for this thing, but that's how most salaries are being paid. So if you're a part of this Bitcoin phenomena and you have yourself set up to be receive and do commerce in Bitcoin, you're already a step ahead. If you don't still know what Bitcoin means, well, get a YouTube video about that, because again, the whole Web 3.0, this is what's happening, but very informal process of getting hired. So the quick access, that is really a big deal, and what really matters with the 3.0. What's next? What else matters? It's an open access type of world. I mean, it's really interesting how what's new does sort of mirror what's old, but in a different spin. So very open access. I mean, if you see a company you want to work for, you can just reach out to that company. I mean, where's the recruiter in the middle? They're not there, right? They're not there. And again, this is stuff just started. You got to remember, there are some startups and brand new companies and concepts working this thing. Everyone's on their learning curve. There's some folks that's ahead of the curve, no doubt, but it's a very open access. So simple things like just sending a DM from your LinkedIn account or from another profile account is all you need. And you can reach the person who makes the decision. Maybe it's the founder, maybe it's a certain team that you see. You're into marketing or you're into whatever else they do in the metaverse, you can reach out to the players, like you and them, mano y mano. There's nobody in the middle. And very informal. Yes, maybe with your t-shirt and your hat on, right? That type of thing. So it's a totally different way of looking at this whole process. Okay. Now, as a 1.0, a strong, powerful 2.0, 1.0 person, well, I've always sent DMs. I mean, I love skill marketing people. And I've always told people, if you are going to network, you got to take it up a notch and do things. So, any of my clients who already been there know how I deal with job development. This ain't new to you. So, you'll be fine in the metaverse, right? But for those who never knew, yes, you could do that. You got to do that in the Web 3.0. And notice I haven't said the word resume yet. I haven't said it. So far in this particular space, it's not there yet. I'm not saying it's not needed. I'm not saying that yet. But look at so far, it hasn't shown up yet. DMs, open access, active profiles. That's what's shown up first, okay? What else matters in this new Metaverse 3.0, our resume thing of the past? Look at the word apps. Apps. Boy, there's an app for that. And you better have the app for this if you're looking to be relevant and make revenue in this 3.0 world. Again, metaverse. So talk about remote working. This is remote working on steroids. I mean, you got your little goggles on, right? But people they're taking jobs now. They're getting them. And so here's what happens with why the apps really matter. Now, if some of these apps you've never heard of, like Discord and Telegram, well, you're still in 2.0 like I am, or maybe 2.5, right? But WhatsApp, I mean, I use WhatsApp for everything but the metaverse, but it's an entryway to the metaverse. Folks are reaching out that way. It's the app world. So if you're still stuck on paper, the metaverse and hiring is not for you. 3.0 will change the game, but you have to be familiar. Of course, you can Google Discord and Telegram and see what they're about. Those are kind of really popular ones that's really in that space. But Twitter, just did a little change of hands. I'd like to think they might even up the ante, right, in this metaverse world for those for Web 3.0. But you got to have app for this. You got to have app as your access. If you're not apping it up, you might be out, you might lose this opportunity, okay? So what else matters, right, in this whole Web 3.0? Our resumes a thing of the past. And how interesting, I still haven't said the word resume yet, but I'm going to get to it, where that stands. Proof. Now I'm gonna have to pause on this a little bit because I mean proof of work matters. To me, that is like, yeah, shouldn't that have always been the thing, right? For those of us in 2.0 or cover letters, resumes, interviewing, portfolios, all those things, right? Proof of work matters. Well, it really matters in Web 3.0. Okay. But side note, y'all, come on. If you're interviewing someone, employers, aren't you asking the right questions to make sure you get proof of work, not just this? And employee, aren't you showcasing proof of work on your profiles, resume? I mean, this is just really blew my mind when it said Web 3.0, they're looking for proof of work in order to hire you, which is what the resumes and everything should have been about. I digress. Let me continue. So here's what we mean, what they're looking for these folks who can work in this platform. And that's why the direct communication without a middleman or person is really big deal, because they want to see what you've completed. I mean, this is just so novel for me, okay? I'm being sarcastic, okay? Projects completed. Well, my goodness, shouldn't your career brand already have been producing what you've done? I mean, things, of course, in the metaverse, hackathons, all y'all hackathon people, right? These founders and these team members and folks that's living with the goggles on can, when you say I've done the hackathon, they can go look at it, see what your place was. You designed it or you did it. Demonstrated self-drive, demonstrated motivation. Yeah, those are the soft skills that they're looking for in Web 3.0. And they know that by looking at your proof of work. So to my 2.0ers, is that a word? 2.0ers, right? Please make sure whatever your brand you're doing now, for those of us who's not quite putting on the goggles. Someone asked me, was I jumping in the career engineer? We need you in the metaverse. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it out here. It's just me. I'm not sure if I'm there yet. I might go there to play. I used to play with second rounds long time ago. I kind of liked that little world. Had a little girl, I was dressed, had a nice little, I was pretty cool in what, free rounds. That's what it was, free rounds. I was pretty cool. But anyway, I digress. So back here, projects completed. For all of us, our brand should be about what we have done, not what we're saying. It's a totally different conversation. But for 3.0, you're going to have to be able to demonstrate this, because proof of work really matters. Proof of work really matters. Now, I do have a thing for bottom line. So where's the resumes and all this? So here's my take on it. So let me share this. Even as I read more of the articles about what folks are saying and what the experts are saying about the rest of us getting ready for this new metaverse and working in the metaverse, and people who are currently employed and how they got there, what was their access point, how are they keeping their jobs, where's the resume and the formula. I will say this, even though this new way of working will say the resumes aren't necessarily needed first, what is needed is the LinkedIn profile. Here's the deal. If you're someone that's still low tech and you don't know nothing about these profiles and how to set them up the right way, and they have content on them that you're probably taking from your old resume to stick them there, you're going to be out of the loop. You can't, I mean, if you don't have access to profiles and apps, then this new opportunity is not going to be for you. So there's still a separation or bridge or divide, even with this new thing, if you're not on the app space. So, however, here's why they said, did they think resumes were part of the past? The point is because most resumes don't do this. They don't do this, right? They're sharing this, they're making this, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not sharing this. They're not sharing proof of work. They're not sharing self-driven motivation. They're not sharing demonstrated drive. If your resume can do this, people will read it, even the ones in Web 3.0. All right. In case you're not, well, you still, yes, in case you're not on a platform or a LinkedIn thing. So that was their reasoning. It wasn't that the resumes were outdated. It's just the employers were saying in these new software, digital companies, they can't find this. They can't find your proof of work. They can't find, what you have done. They can't see any of your drive and determination and your go get it and your grit and your moxie. They don't see it. They don't see it. So why use it if we don't see it? So for me, the inverse relationship here is, folks, brethren, sisters, beloved, get these resumes, get your brand to speak performance. Make sure your brand is speaking accomplishments. Make sure you're showing leadership. Leadership is code word for what? Self-drive, motivation, get it to go, moxie, grit, mojo, whatever you want to call it. That's what leadership is. So if your brands are not showing that in 2.0, you're still going to be waiting a long time for the right gig. But as we are shifting to 3.0, it's coming, it's right here. Jump on it. Just make sure everything you do is this way. I mean, so I've been saying this forever. I mean, as long as I've been your career engineer, I know I have. Look at my graphic is all in front of me, right? I mean, I'm not standing in my right place. This is where I'm supposed to be standing. I've been saying this forever. PALS is your gateway to the future. PALS, PAL, is your gateway to the future, right? So make sure your brain is there. So you know I cannot leave you without a push up. So what's the new 3.0? Our resume the thing of the past? No, I mean, a bad resume is definitely a thing of the past. However, you've got to make sure your resume is proving that you are push button talent. So, what do I say? Show me versus tell me. That's what it's all about. Show me versus tell me. Your future, your career, life, and business future depends on this choice. Show me. And Web 3.0 wants you to show them. But here's hint, hint. So doesn't 2.0 right now. Show me versus tell me. All right, that's what's up. So listen, I want you all to have a fantastic week. Make it count. Make sure you're talking show me language and leave that tell me something somewhere else because we want to hire folks that are, again, you can do the job and you can keep doing the job, right? That's what folks are looking for. So pretty kind of exciting in 3.0 though, when you think about it. So, but anyway, so if there's any questions or comments, again, you can find me everywhere, tcenow.com. Again, feel free to subscribe or like or follow whichever platform that you're enjoying this on. We thank you for watching us live, but hey, you can always come back and watch us later and make sure you share this content with folks. Thank you guys. There you go. You're sharing it. Uh-oh. But not while I'm okay. This is live. This is how we roll, right? But to share it with others who you feel can benefit. All right. It's all about who you feel can benefit. And I appreciate that. Oh, what's up? Ahmed's in the house. What's up, Ahmed? Thanks for being here with us live all the way from India. I like that. So, yeah, so again, catch us here and there, but tcenow.com is where you find us. And of course, I'm Googleable, so you can find us anywhere. So, as we say here in TCE Royal, thank you so much for being here. Remember, don't get anxious, get prepared. And we want to make sure you have a fantastic week. So, y'all be blessed. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Things ain't over all the way yet. So, stay safe. Okay. Be blessed and have a powerful and a productive week. All right. And I will talk with you next time.